I just went to my third local today. The one I went to last week actually doesn't have a local this week, so I had to go to another place. People at this location seemed a lot more serious and competitive, and I was really excited because I finally feel like I got a good grasp of the Gardevoir deck. But unfortunately, the local I went to turns out they were playing in the new rotated format. I actually couldn't play my Gardevoir deck. There were some really nice people who offered me like maybe some missing parts that I could use to turn my deck into a post rotation deck. But I mean, I feel like it would be better if I had the practice. And plus, I don't think I really understand how the deck would be played without the main Kirlia pieces. A lot of people offered me some of their decks to play. I think the one I ended up going with eventually was a Charizard Terapagos deck because I did do a little bit of practice with the Charizard League Battle deck. So I think if there was a deck that was the most similar, it'd probably be the Charizard Terapagos. It was a really rough time for me because the Charizard Terapagos does not run Pidgeot, which is what the I normally expect. I think it was running like some Noctowls and Hoot Hoots instead for card draw. Some of the players gave me some pointers, but going into my first game, I really didn't understand how exactly you wanted to start it off. Despite me not ever playing the deck before, I actually didn't do too bad in my first game. I went up against a Greninja EX deck, and we actually got down to only one prize per person or one or two prizes per person. So it was actually a really close game, and my opponent was really nice. They gave me some tips after, so I was a little bit more confident going into game two. Unfortunately, I did lose, but at least it was a close game. And then in my second game, I went against a Dragapult player, and I think I had some really good draws early on. I managed to play like all the cards I needed to draw at the beginning, like the Hoot Hoots, the Rotom, and like I got like an early Charizard. I started getting prizes, but at the end, I guess I didn't understand much of how the Dragapult deck can set up like multi-prize KOs. And what would happen was I didn't prepare my board for a second Charizard. And because I didn't prepare my board for a second Charizard, I literally could not play a Charmander because by the time like later on, my opponent had multiple Dragapults set up, and it's just like, okay, I can't even evolve this Charmander because if I place one down, it would get knocked out by Dragapult. So I made a lot of misplays there because I probably should have set up multiple Charmanders in one turn. That way I could guarantee my final Charizard evolve and be able to take out the final prizes. That one was also really close, I would say, but I ended up losing. So going 0-2, it was okay. Honestly, I learned a lot, and the games were not like a stop, so can't complain. And then in my third game, oh, that was an even bigger disaster because what happened was I played against a player running Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, and so I managed to go first. And normally when I play Gardevoir, I never go first, okay? But the problem is because I went first as Charizard, I forgot you couldn't use supporter cards, and I accidentally Iono'd. And my opponent, I guess they weren't too aware of it either. They were also kind of new. So I Iono'd, and then I set up like this huge turn. But then later, I was like, wait a minute. Somebody beside actually said, hey, by the way, did you Iono? And I was like, oh crap, I just played an illegal turn. I mentioned that to the judge. I was like, what should we do here? Should I restart? And then the judge was like, oh, because you already took such a big turn, we'll just hand over the win to the opponent. So, I kind of griefed myself in the third game. I just I just lost because I played an illegal turn. But it is what it is. We ended up playing another game like since the game was over so fast, and I still lost. So it's not. I probably would have lost that matchup anyway. So no loss there. I did not know that the Charizard EX has a grass weakness. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like Charizard is fire type, but I guess in this case it's dark, and dark is weak to bug, and bug is kind of adjacent to grass. So that's why. Yeah, I did not expect that Teal Mask Ogerpon can just one-shot a Charizard like that. So that was something I learned today as well. And then on my fourth game, I actually had a bye. So I was like, oh, okay, this is the last game. I got a bye. I guess my tourney run ends here. So overall, I went 1-3 today. Though to be honest, without that bye, I probably would have gone 0-4. Especially because I was playing a deck I've never played before. But, it is what it is. I think it's good practice for post-rotation because I don't actually know. It might be like a potential deck I could use myself since I have a lot of the Charizard pieces. And yeah, no, that was today's tournament. Once again, I've gotten another prize pack. The entry fee for this logo is a little more expensive. I think it was like $10. Whereas the first local I went to, which I paid $10, I got 2 packs. So, you know, a little bit less of an EV here. But yeah, let's take a look at this prize pack and see what's inside. We got Tatsugiri. We got Crispin. We got a Roaring Moon. Okay. We got Archaludon. Okay. I heard there's like a good Archaludon deck you can use in the future. I got, I don't even know what this card is. I've never seen it before. And then a basic Psychic. And we got my deck code for my Pokemon TCG Live. So yeah, that's those are the spoils for today. That's it for this update. Thanks for watching.